Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is your daily go-getterism number 556 for April 11th, 2016. Tonight I want to talk to y'all about turning your nose up at stuff. Turning your nose up at stuff. You know what I'm talking about. If you've ever offered somebody something and either they were unfamiliar with it or didn't like what you offered to them, maybe they thought it was something else, maybe they thought it was something different, maybe they thought it was something not as good as what they were expecting, whatever. So instead of being gracious and humble about it and saying, hey, thank you, instead of that, you could kind of see their disappointment all on their face. So it was, sometimes it's not even about disappointment. Sometimes it can be about surprise. Maybe they're not used to whatever you gave to them, and they might be like, yo, what's that? Yo, my man, yo, huh? So, you know, like you gave them a box with a lizard in it, you know? And it's a crazy thing because I don't think that most people mean to do that. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I don't think that most people intentionally mean to be rude. But when you grow up learning things about acceptance and rejection different than other people, a lot of times you can wind up bumping heads over that. And especially nowadays when you have an influx of people who are not from this country, you can really go wrong about the way you accept things or reject things. Now, accepting things isn't normally the area where you get into a lot of trouble. You just simply say thank you or I appreciate it or whatever, and you take it and you keep on moving. But when you reject something, see, most people don't like rejection off gate. You know, rejection is a hard thing for most people to accept. So when they have to stare rejection right down in the face, like looking down in the barrel of the rejection gun, people don't like that. And a lot of times when it comes to turning your nose up at people, I'm not saying that you're being a snob. I'm just saying that you have a way of rejecting things that may put people off. And even though some people might not say it, it can sour relationships for good. Food is one of those things that you really have to be careful about the way that you reject people. Because in other cultures, they really, really put a lot of stock into, you know, inviting people over for dinner and things like that. So if you go over to somebody's house who is not from the United States and you are unfamiliar with their food, but you don't know how to either refuse the food graciously or eat the food and just not order large portions, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble because there are many people who are not from this country who will take that personally and won't see any way around it. I've seen it happen to people, and it's tragic, but it has a lot to do with this face. Or, you know, some people are so sick with it, they'll say things like, ew, what's that? Ill? You leading off an offer with an ill? What good can come out of ill? Probably not too much. Probably not any. You know, so you have to be careful. You know, people are delicate out here and they don't really like to get dissed. Who likes to get dissed? Nobody, right? So you have to be careful not to make sure, you have to be careful and be sure that you don't diss somebody. So you sort of have to treat people with the kid gloves, and it's not a hard thing to do. All you have to do is be a little conscientious and a little considerate of other people's feelings. Just think about how you would feel if somebody treated you the same way. Now, some people will be rude about that, and they'll say, "Well, if I offer somebody something and they never had it before, whatever, or they didn't like something like that, I would be mad if they refused it. That's more for me." That's easy to say when you don't have feelings behind something that you're giving somebody. Like there aren't a whole lot of feelings behind grabbing a pack of now laters off out of your pocket and offering somebody something. If they don't like banana flavor, then you just eat the banana. But it's a little different when you're talking about introducing people to other people, because your friends are a reflection of you. So, you know, if you're taking a friend of yours around people that you respect, and the people that you respect and that respect you, if they see that you're hanging around somebody who seems to be disrespectful, then that's a reflection on you, and you don't want that. You know, everybody's going to wind up being embarrassed over the situation, and it don't have to be like that, you know? So there are a lot of things that we can do in order to quell that situation. And the best thing that you can do about the situation is just to make sure that you watch your mouth. Practice. Ask people. Now, I know that if you haven't been raised a certain kind of way, like if you haven't been raised to be considerate, you're probably not going to be considerate instinctively. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but it's going to be a little tougher for you. But as adults, we can work on a whole lot of things that we haven't been exposed to, you know. Just when people offer you food or something like that, if you're a picky eater or whatever, you ain't got to say ill though, and you ain't got to screw your face all up. Yo. It's not gonna work. Somebody gives you something, just chill, accept it. If it's something like, you know, that isn't food, all right. You know, somebody might, you know, I used an example on the radio show this morning about like back in the day. Let's say Miss Mary knitted you a sweater or a hat or something like that. You really didn't like the sweater or the hat or whatever, but you made sure that you didn't disrespect Miss Mary. So, although you knew that you were never going to wear that sweater, you said, "Thanks, Miss Mary. I appreciate it. This is really, really nice. It must have took you a long time to knit this sweater." You know what I'm saying? And you just accept the sweater. You just never wear it. And if Miss Mary always asks you how come she never sees you in that sweater, make sure that you go around Miss Mary one day, even if it's just for that hour, and let Miss Mary see you wearing that sweater. Because it builds bridges, or it keeps bridges strong, and it keeps them from being burned. Because people are sensitive, man, and when you hurt some people's feelings, they either retaliate or they retreat. And they may retreat in a way that they feel bad about ever offering you anything, and they're going to make damn sure that they never offer you anything again. And the thing that they may have to offer you next time may be something that you really do want. But because of the way that you treated the gift last time, it can mess it up for the rest of the times. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, do not be talking about ill when somebody offers you a piece of, I don't know, let's say you eat steak but you don't eat bison or deer meat. Like, yo, it's the same shit. You know, just take a small piece. If that's what you eat. Now, if you are a vegetarian or a vegan or something like that, then yeah, of course, then the people you know should be made to understand. Well, listen, that spread you have out there looks really, really great, but I don't eat that kind of stuff, and but I wish I did. But just let them know that, you know, acknowledge them, thank them for